that's more or less it. The others is maybe a bit different because I give it to you by memory and I'm still building it to finish it, but that's more or less the idea of the presentation.
Okay, Greg, thank you very much. You picked a good one. So anyway, we'll talk about it. And thank you very much.
Thank you to you.
That would not be a Bear Stearns presentation. There were guys capable of those presentations for sure. So, but this is the first time he didn't have that Superman thing on, and he had never. People, when Goldman Sachs calls, you answer the phone. Similar to you, they just fucking answer the phone. Well, now they weren't answering the phone, and so he was in shock. He was in shock. But when we talk about presentation, we do some role playing. Yes, dear.
Why wouldn't it be so that because he had worked there, you would think that he had more experience on the other side?
No, because okay, you're Steven Spielberg. Okay, now you're executive producer for Steven Spielberg, and you've done 18 movies with Steven Spielberg. But now you're Joe Putz, movie producer. Okay, you know when you're doing a Spielberg movie, it's automatically funded. Nobody asks you about the money. Scorsese, nobody asks you about the money. Okay, and I can go through about 20 guys like that. Well, now you're Putz production, and where are you going to get the money, Putz? And so he had never been asked those questions before. He had never been, ever. And it was a culture shock for him. Culture shock.
Excuse me. Did this experience help him? The fact that he was working Goldman Sachs?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's a financial professional. There's no question. He sounds like a financial professional. I mean, yeah. But you don't have to be. I mean, I told you about the 1.0 level, 400 million. I mean, you don't. I mean, and it's still taking him this long. You know, we had young kids, and when we talk to the other guys that have done it sooner than him, that have no education, you'll see. But, I mean, he follows the model. He's following the old model within the QLA framework.
What can you build today that will avoid him being kicked out? Because the problem I see is that he's going to raise 50 million now.
Yeah.
50 million next year. It's 40% to come down to 10 to 5 to at some point he's got no shareholder power.
Well, no. The most important in all these deals, and you will talk about, is the chairman. The most important is to make sure. I just fought a battle here recently to keep one of my kids in the deal because they decided he has no value. Well, we knew that when we started, but when you know that when you start and you got no deal, nobody talks about it. But as soon as the deal's worth 20, 40 million bucks, or 400, God forbid, 400 or 500 million, oh fuck, Mahir, I never liked. What kind of name is that? Where's he from? As soon as they start asking those questions, your history. And that's why the most important thing is your chairman, and for your chairman to keep your board in line. My son's doing the same deal without me. And I told him, he's a 33, almost 33-year-old healthcare professional, manager, and with an MBA, you know. And I said the most important, is the chairman. And he happened to get, because I pounded on him about it, he's got a dynamite chairman that has backed him, already with the board, because the board figures this out. But when it's an amorphous and it's just swirling around a lot of horse shit, we'll go with the kid and see what he comes up with. And then when it's, oh, fuck. We never, and the way they do it in Britain is we never rated him anyway, or we didn't rate him highly. That's what they say. We never rated him anyway, or we didn't rate him highly. That's the British way of cut your throat, the kid's throat, or whoever the guy. It doesn't have to be a kid. But I mean, I've gotten tens of thousands of kids that get through it. Some get thrown out. It's the ones that, in this regard, I agree with Trump. Stay paranoid. That's one of his 10 rules. It's not my rule because I'm, I'm not paranoid because even though I've been thrown out of a CEO of a public company that I founded, I was thrown out with a lot of money, but I still didn't like it. But it's building the board, and like he says, and the building blocks work. The building blocks work. It's interesting to note on the in the comments on. I was looking at the comments on YouTube. My following they've turned on each other. They're not death threats on me now. They're death threats on each other. You know, the one at the one end of the political continuum and the other one. You know, and they get quite interesting to read. And I can just see this 65-pound guy telling me he's going to, you need to be dead, motherfucker. You need to be dead. You know, that's sixth grade shit, But that's what it's turned into now. We got about 800 or 900 of these comments back and forth, which I find amusing. Keep it up, kids. Keeps you out of mischief. Keep it up. This is, I want to show YouTube. We talked about choices earlier, right? Now here's a guy that was the poster child for the 1984 Olympics in Los Angeles. Poster child for the 1984 Olympics. This guy right there. This is him. And he used to work out with Schwarzenegger. And this is him today. He made one bad choice back in 1984. One. And that's the difference between, we all know what Arnie went on to do, okay? And now he takes money on street corners in Venice. You think one decision may not be so important. When we get off YouTube, because I don't want to sound racist on YouTube, I got enough problems with death threats, right? I'm going to tell you the choice he made. And it probably, at least 50% of the people in this fucking room would have made the same choice. Maybe all of you. YouTubers, go fuck yourself!